Hello, everybody. Welcome to the GWA podcast. We are here with some exciting news. I did not want to do this just posting on Facebook or my other social media platforms. I really wanted to make sure that I was connecting with all of you guys live to share the news. So if you're here, please give me a little shout out or a little hello in the comments section. So, what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to make this pretty to the point, and we're not going to be hanging out for too long, but I'm excited. Okay, so those of you who have been following my channel and have been, kind of keeping up on what I've been doing for the last year and a half, and you are growing with me, right? So you're kind of growing with me. We're doing this gardening journey together. We're doing indoor stuff, maybe some outside stuff, maybe some chickens, going to keep doing that. But the main focus has always been the hydroponics. That's why you guys come to me. You're always excited to do the hydroponics with me. Hi, Sandra. Long time no see. I'm glad you are here. Thank you. So, also, I have been very open and honest with you guys when I have affiliate links and I'm promoting products. Those products are always something that I am, kind of looking at the company in the background. Go worms, more worms, more worms. I know I got to do some more videos on worms. They really do need to be set free right now. So I'm excited. Thank you before you go for being here. You and I need to talk later too, by the way. Anyway, so he's another fellow YouTube person that I follow quite religiously. So great channel. If you're into drones, go check him out. Okay, so I have been listening to all of the responses and the questions and everything that you guys give me. And not only do I go out and look at these different companies and I look at these different products, Shark Fin, hello. Look at all you guys popping in now. Tech for your needs. Hello, Stella. Hello. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm excited. I'm excited you're here to join in this awesomeness of announcement. So I do all these products, and when you guys use my affiliate links, I do get a commission, and that helps with my channel. That helps with everything grow. That helps with me being able to get all this, crazy equipment and recording and everything. So I've been doing that for a while, but thought, what could I do on my own? What could I do, just me, and not necessarily an affiliate link or anything like that? What could I provide for you guys straight from me to you? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And for those of you who follow on, hello. For those of you who follow on the Facebook group, YouTube is my number one spot. It's my number one spot to come. It's my number one spot to do my videos. It's where you guys get to know me like in this situation. But on Facebook, that's where you guys ask me the questions, where we have direct messages, where I get the ideas for different things. And so I had been making announcements of today on Facebook, and I was asking you guys to follow along. Sorry, I'm so excited. It's just Kool-Aid. Don't get too excited. Or Crystal Light, whatever. So you guys were making comments on that and saying you were following along, and you did not know by doing that you were entering in a giveaway. So I have 4 people that I selected for this giveaway. And I want to say that these selections were not random. It is something that I had on my heart to do, is not to just pick just random people. I have had YouTube friends who have had problems with giveaways on YouTube, and I wanted to make sure I was selecting people who were true followers, true communicating in the group, and you're just there with me, right? And we're just doing this together. And so that's the 4 people that I selected. So I'm going to be telling you about that as we go. I will be picking names. And if there is something in the background that you guys notice besides a brand new chicken picture and a brand new chair, there's something else hidden. Okay, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Are you guys ready? So with all of the questions and everything that you guys have given me, I decided to do this. Welcome to your new hydroponic journal. So this is the big, huge, exciting news. I actually have published Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The gnome in the background. Oh, I don't know. He was just at the store and he was so cute. I had to purchase him. But this is the new journal that I actually wrote. And see, it says, oops, down here, everything's backwards author, author, author. So, what I did was create this hydroponic journal. One of the reasons that this kind of came up was because you guys were asking me how I journal. And I can't tell you how many times I have had direct messages or conversations with people. And I was taking pictures of my old, just like calendars and saying, this is when I put in my seeds. This is the, all these things I was writing down. And you guys wanted to know what I was writing down. So that's kind of where this comes from as well. So let me show you just a little bit in the beginning of it. So it is basically just a journal. Um, but I did write in the beginning of it. So we have an explanation of what is your ECs and your nutrients, because you guys are always trying to ask me those questions. And I tried to make this very much at a beginner level. This is, if you want to go out and do a science experiment or take a science class, then you can learn more in depth that way. But I did this so if you are a beginner with hydroponics, this is how you're going to understand these theories. And then I also did a whole nutrient chart. So it is a pH and EC chart. It has all of your plants and it will tell you what you need to have your water levels at. And then I left you some spots. So if there's other things that are not in the book, what I did to get these is I did a lot of research online. I looked for a lot of the plants that are what people usually do, the most popular ones. And I have those. There's a couple little crazy ones if you want to experiment with those. And then there are planting grids, and I show you how to go ahead and use those planting grids. So whether you are using a tower style, if you're doing a deep water culture, if you're doing an aero garden, you could use this for anything. This is not specific to any system. So I tried to make it very friendly with that, and just be able to put in, you're going to name which unit you're using. If it's a aero garden farm XL, if it's a garden, if it's a green stock, well, that's outside. If one of the ones that popped in my head, but any type of system that you are using in your home, then you can go ahead and you can fill that in. And that is going to be whatever you name your unit. And I know a lot of you, I tend to do this as well, but a lot of you name your units, and it might not just be the unit on the left, the unit on the right. A lot of you come up with really crazy names. And I think it's very creative and clever. And you share those in the Facebook groups. So you're going to write on here the date that you planted your seeds. And then you can also list, there's a spot where you can list what brand of seeds you're using. So that really helps too when you go back and say, okay, this didn't harvest well. Was this a dollar seed store type thing? Is this, when did it germinate? How long did it take? So you're going to be tracking all of that. Then you're going to put down your starting ECs. I do have a ppm conversion chart for those of you who are doing ppm, but I explain in the book why I think you should be using the ECs. And then there's your starting pH levels, so you can track all of that when you're starting your planting. Then halfway through the book, so it's about halfway, so half of it is planting grids. You have plenty of time to be planting, and I'm going to have to get back to the comments. You guys are, so you have plenty of time to be, using those grids. And then the rest of it is all journal pages. And one of the reasons I did these journal pages is because there's so much more to just putting the seed in and then waiting for it to germinate and sitting around going, what's going on? So every single time you're testing your ECs, you're testing your pHs, or you're adding water, like what part of the process is that? Because there's a lot of you that will say, I'm going to go away for a couple of days. How much water do I add? Well, when did you plant? How big are your roots? What growth cycle are you in? What are you growing? When I had my full-size kale, I was putting water in my tanks, a couple of times a week. Right now, my petunias in my aero garden, they are so big. They're about 8 months old now. I did a video on those, and I literally every 2 days, I'm filling the tank on those every 2 days. So with all of that, the journaling pages will literally have the dates, the unit name again, so you can keep track of who is who, and then all of your EC levels, your pH levels. And then if you needed to add water, yes or no, what is your water temperature for those of you who are testing the water temperature if you're doing lettuces and you're putting ice cubes in. So you could say that your water temperature was too high and you added ice cubes. If you had to add nutrients, and you could also write like what type of nutrients you're using if you're tracking different types of nutrients for that as well. And then there's a big section for notes. So there are pages and pages and pages for you guys to journal your hydroponics. So I'm going to read through the comments really quick, and then I'm going to start letting you guys know. I picked 4 of you, excuse me, I picked 4 of you guys to actually get these books, and I'm going to mail them out personally to you. So I'm super excited. So if you can see in the background, this is what I was talking about. What's in the background? Look at, they're all stacked up right there. So I physically have them in hand. And then after this live stream, sorry, see, I'm so excited. After this live stream is done, I did not want to put any descriptions in the video ahead of time because I didn't want to give it away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start posting this all over the Facebook page, and I'm going to put it all over here. I'll put it in the community tabs. I'll have it in my about section. It will be on all of the videos. This is not just I wrote this and hey, I'm going to give you guys a couple copies. This is now available on Amazon. So if you go to Amazon and you can type in my hydroponic journal and you can put in author Angie Christine. But if you wait until after the live stream, I'll get that link for you. I probably should I could pull it up and maybe put it in the chat, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm going. Let's see if I can open a separate window and multitask while we're doing that, because that might be kind of cool to do that for you guys right now too. So all right, so let's see what the comments are going on here. Oops. See, this is too hard. I can't multitask. I will try. All right. So I've got a lot of people that are just chit-chatting amongst yourselves. That's very cool. I like that. A window style condo. What's looking to try my hand at a window style garden for my condo. Yeah, there's a lot of those too. Even the hydroponics, if you have really good windows and you have the littler, smaller units, you can use your window light for sure. Sometimes west facing windows are better, and you might have to play around and see what kind of light you're getting in that window. Grow with Angie. I'm a big fan. Hello, Lalo. Look at all you guys jumping in here. This is so great. Tech for your needs. I don't know if I said hi already. Hello, hello. I am not on Facebook, not on Amazon. My order from the YouTube link is going to take you to Amazon. I am self-published, and so I don't think you have to actually have I don't think you have to actually have like an Amazon. I think the link just takes you over, and then you can purchase it that way, I believe. But it is a self-published book through Amazon. I'm going to get this link for you guys all right now because, this is what I have to do for you now. So I'm going to do my hydroponic. I'm going to just pull it up with an organic link journal. And because it is, and there she is. It's so cool when I pull things up and it's just like, yeah, it's just there. So I have to do the actual full link on Amazon, which is going to stink because when I do, okay, I'm going to put it in the chats. When I do links for you guys for Amazon affiliate marketing, because I have an affiliate program with Amazon, when I do that, it gives me really nice, cute little short links. And I can't do that. No, I think did it split it into 2? Oh no, I think it might have worked. I can't use short links with this. I can't run it through my Amazon program. It's going to be the thing. But if you guys just, until the live is over, I will definitely get the link in there for you. I just didn't want to give it away. So this will be available. And then we got to do the giveaways. We got to do the giveaways. Okay. So for those of you who are going to be watching this later, if you're on the Facebook group and you didn't get here, so these are the people that I chose to get copies. I will either direct message you, or if you see the video or you're here, just send me a message and I will get your information. So Eileen Martin. So Eileen Martin, she has been rocking with me on Grow with Angie forever. And it is amazing to see her interaction on the group. And she's always telling people to go to my YouTube videos, which is awesome. And she's a huge contributor, helping out, answering other questions. So I love that. The other winner is Rob Snyder and Grow with Nathan. And I want to give one to them because Rob is the father, Nathan is the son. And to see Nathan like really diving into the hydroponics, they have a whole bunch of arrow gardens. Then this year they did raised beds. They're always sharing pictures and everything on the Facebook group of what they're doing. And I really want to get one of these into Grow with Nathan's hands, because he is kind of feels like he's my little mini me. So I just really kind of like that. And then our fourth winner is Janet Brooks. And she's someone else that has been probably just in the last couple months super duper active. Love having her around, and also helping everybody else and trying to experiment. You know, I really like to see people who are experimenting in things and then sharing either their successes or their failures, because as you guys will see in some upcoming videos, I have not always been successful, and I'm going to share kind of a fail with you. I'm trying to fix it. And then my last person is, and I really hope I say this last name right, because it's just somebody that keeps popping up and commenting and doing things. It's Dan Bratcher. I hope I said that last name right. So there are my 4 people, but as you guys can see, I have a little stack of them back there. So you never know when something might pop up, and I'm going to be giving away more of them. But I want you guys to let me know if you end up purchasing one. Please give me feedback. If you're not going to hurt my feelings. I literally wrote this for you guys because I love to journal, but I'll journal in just like a spiral bound notebook, right? But it is, I tried to do it as easy as possible for you guys to, put everything in that you need and keep track of your plant growth. I think too, one of the reasons I thought this was really cool is because sometimes I travel. And my husband is not a big vacation person. I'm more of the vacation person. And if I'm going to be gone for a little bit, even if it's a couple days, you are going to have somebody from your family or whoever is going to be taking your plants. And it's just like if you have someone that is taking care of your pets. And if they are taking care of your pets, you have instructions for them and you're saying, this is how much food they need. And, and they might make you notes and say, I took them to the bathroom. I did all this stuff. Who doesn't want the notes on their plants? While you're gone and you come back, and maybe that there was something that happened and a whole bunch of stuff like either died or something changed. And if someone else you can teach them how to do the testers, right? Just stick this in, write down a number. Stick this in, write down a number. So I think this also allows, if you're going to be gone and you have someone that's watching the house or whatever, how much water did they add or when. So when you get home and you're testing your water and you're thinking, why are my nutrients so high? This is like way out of my ECs, and my pHs are off the charts, super high. Well, if you have someone that's home sitting or taking care of your plants, maybe there's an emergency in the family and you have to leave, and you're looking at it and going, oh my gosh, they added food 3 days in a row. I never would have added food 3 days in a row. Then that's a way for you to be able to see what they were doing while you were gone. And there's also a spot in it under the notes that says, like, how are you feeling? So in the actual journal part of it, it says, how does this make you feel? And you think, why would journaling this make me feel good? Well, there are days that I'm looking at the strawberries that I've been struggling with, and I'm just like, I'm so mad. This project isn't working good, right? So you can kind of put all of that in together with it and put those feelings in. Or maybe you're standing there with a cup of coffee in the morning and you're looking at your lettuces and they're big and they're beautiful and you're filling out your journal. How does this make you feel? Oh, this, such peace today looking at my lettuces. So you can also combine just your daily journaling with what your plants are doing. So I'm going to go back to the comments here. Let's see. I would I would totally pick one from the chat, but this is what this is why I'm not today, because YouTube needs to fix this problem of people that are not who they are. And I know a lot of you, so that's okay. But if I just put, somebody just wants to get something on YouTube, it's really hard. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I will be doing more later, but I wanted very, very specific people who have been interactive, who have been on here. And I may, you never know, I may just pick somebody in here that I'm comfortable with, but it's not a random. So I'm not using any kind of fancy pulling up anything or whatever. Congratulations to you on the completion of the journal. Thank you very much. I started this journal actually in the winter time. So I started writing and kind of diving into how to explain the ECs and the pHs and the ppms. And I know I've rambled about that on some other videos, but there is a very scientific thing between these charts of doing an EC times a 500 and EC times a 700, what your particle per million is compared to your electrical conductivity. And then you have your TDS, which is your total dissolved solubles. And all of these things come together and they make this chart. And when you stick in a pen, it's telling you it's 0.5. But what is that for ppm if you're on EC, right? So this could make your head explode. So I really tried to dive in, make it really, really simple language that you guys could figure out. And then that would help you with that as well. Mama's Kitchen is open. Well, hello, Mama's Kitchen. And look at your, are those strawberries? That's beautiful. My kitchen is open right now too. My husband is so graciously canning. It's funny because I always say in my videos that he is the one that is, he cooks, and the canner, like I'll prep stuff and I've been cutting the tomatoes. I've been stewing them all down. There's something about those pressure cookers that just the heat and everything. So he's upstairs actually doing that. So he is being very quiet. And so that's why I didn't want to go super duper long today, because the homestead never sleeps, you guys. It is in the middle of the gardening section or season, and we've brought tons and tons and tons of tomatoes in. We had a peach tree in northern Michigan. We did not have a frost at all this year, which is very unusual. And the peach tree was so big and crazy that a whole half of it broke, and like the branch just fell down. So we were like pulling peaches early. We've been putting them in brown paper bags to make them ripen faster. And then we had to process peaches. It's been just nonstop. And so I do record a lot of my videos ahead of time, so I don't have to worry that you guys will always get your content. I see another comment. Yes. I have spoke to a couple people about it and they are aware of it. So that is very cool. Thank you very much. I'm excited. It's a labor of love. Oh, there is a little description. Look at my picture. Amazon makes you put an author photo on the back. So yeah, that's it. And it does explain kind of what the journal is. So yay, you guys will just have to let me know what you think. And that's it. That's what I wanted to announce. There's a lot of new things that are going to be coming up as the garden season outside starts to kind of close down. My gosh, my house is actually really humid right now too because of the canners and everything else running, and dehydrators, which you would think would dry it. It's just crazy. I have my dehydrator is running down the hall. We tuck it into a bedroom and shut the door because it is like a little furnace. And this furnace is just kicking off so much. and because it's dehydrating. So I have a whole bunch of corn going, and I'm making banana chips. And then we got, like I said, the homestead never sleeps. So you guys are chatting away. I love that. I love the community. Such a great community that we have here. So the last thing that I'm going to say is as the outdoor season starts to kind of slow down, we are pulling in the last of the garden stuff. We're going to do a little fall planting. We're not really, really big on fall planting. It's one thing that we should probably be a little bit better of. I did start a whole bunch more of the pole beans. And I'm going to try and get another run of sugar snap peas because they actually don't mind when it's a little bit cooler. Obviously, we don't want to hit the frost in the fall frost season now. And then we have all of our watermelons. We have ginormous watermelons that are 2, 3 times the size of our head, which we've never had before. So we have to get out and get all the watermelons, the pumpkins, the muskmelon, the cantaloupe, and then I have to start pulling the cabbages. The cabbages have gone a little bit too long, but those I actually grew for the chickens. So, oh, so she's signing off to go to the garden. That's a good excuse. I will allow you that. That's totally fine. So yeah, as soon as that all stops and slows down, I know during the summer I do some hydroponic videos, I do some videos outside, and once we get back inside and it's just that's all I have left, you'll see that kind of up and down or that ebb and flow with the videos. So into the winter, we'll get more into different types of hydroponics. I'm kind of debating about doing a DIY. I just don't know. I don't love the PVC pipe look if it's going to be in my dining room or if it's something that I might build in the basement. I'm going to try and do some more of the big cracky, maybe the 5 gallon bucket type theory. And then I'm also looking if you guys can let me know if you have something that you prefer to see as far as testing it and running it. I have been looking at other systems. I've looked at the Garden or the Garden, not sure how you say that one, the Gardyn. The only thing I don't love about it is that it has cameras and it has Wi-Fi and it has an app and all of that. And that's great. But when you're homesteading and you're also thinking in the back of your mind, what happens if I lose power? If you're living out somewhere where you don't have that, or you're someone, I have a lot of people on my channel that we have conversations outside of because they don't want their public information known. They're off the grid. And so they're living off the grid. And so those things, when they're trying to be like totally 100% self-sufficient, I have a hard time saying, here's a way that you can grow food for your family. But oh, by the way, you need Wi-Fi and you need Bluetooth and you need cameras on and all that. So I know you can disconnect those. That would be one. I'm also looking at just other systems that are out there to test them. But if I'm going to drop, I do purchase all these myself, you guys. So if I do purchase another one, some of the bigger ones can be quite the expense. I do also want to mention for those of you who follow the iHarvest specifically by IGWorks, the last time, and I don't work for the company, I work with them on some things, but I don't work for them. And so I'm just like a customer. I have to go online, I have to see what's in stock, what's not. And I did just look, I think 2 days ago, and they said they were sold out again. But I noticed when they were sold out, they marked them down $100. So they're doing the whole pre-order thing again. And I think this has happened like 3 or 4 times because the company is doing that well. So when they sell out, they will mark them down. So if you're patient enough to order one and wait for it to come in, then you get a discount. And also know that with that one, if they're running $100 off and you use my coupon code GROW with Angie, then you'll get an additional $50 off. So I wanted to mention that you could be saving about $150. I have no inside intel, nothing as far as how long it would take to get those. Sometimes it's usually about 2 months. It depends. It depends on his shipping and the company and their warehouse and how quick they can get them and all those things. So just be aware that the iHarvest has been sold out and they're doing pre-orders again, but it's also a good time to save yourself some cash. And then the Hortuz, which is my tabletop one that I'm actually an affiliate with that company too. They have been amazing with customer service, you guys, for a tabletop. They kill AeroGarden. I'm just saying, sorry. I don't know if you could get a hold of anybody from AeroGarden. And it's not just because I'm an affiliate. I mean, they reached out to me. I've got great communication with them. They have an Instagram page, they have a Facebook page. It's super easy to order everything from Amazon. They have all of their own products. Their food, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Their food to me is superior to that of AeroGarden. And the AeroGarden food is actually Miracle Grow. So they have like a contract. It's a brand of Miracle Grow for AeroGarden, but the food from the Hortuz is their own concoction. And I've been using it, and I can start a whole system of lettuces in within a week. Within a week, I'm like 7 to 10 days max, and I'm already starting to cut the lettuces and everything off of it. What is your best recommendation for window garden beginner? I would actually have to look into that because I don't really know. I that's a really hard one. I don't really grow just in front of windows. And the only thing that I've done is I do have a video on um it's a microgreen. I'm trying to think of what I titled it. It's a microgreen tray, like a roller rack, and there's a whole bunch of microgreen trays, and you can also put pots on those. I did just roll those in front of my slider, but I am very much a big advocate of grow lights. You can get LEDs; they're very, very inexpensive. Um, Oh, so we've got Mama's Kitchen is open. Emailed me yesterday and stated they're in North Carolina and getting ready to ship to Tennessee. And they probably ship to customers who have ordered. They do keep us posted. Yes, they do. They are very, very good about keeping you posted. So they've been on back order, and it sounds like they're getting them in already, and they're tracking them. So that's really good because sometimes it takes, over the last, we have to give grace to companies. That's another thing, you guys. Please give grace to some of these companies. If it is not a big, huge monster box store, and that's why I love going after things like IGWorks or this new Hortuz or something like that, that is like, I want to support a small business. Even the strawberries, I haven't been successful with them, but that's not my fault. That's not the company that sent them to me. But that was a veteran owned place that does the bare root strawberries. I would rather like really help and promote those companies within this whole gardening thing, because isn't that what it's about, is going down to the farmers market, helping out that local farmer, getting stuff that is like fresh or local. And so I really like helping and pushing those companies if it's a good product. I'm not going to tell you a product that's not a good product, but yes. So please be gracious with them. Please be understanding with everything that has gone on in the last 2 years, 2.5 years. There still have been the big, huge semi truck driver strikes. There have been all these different things. There have been parts that are hard to get. So that those things are going to happen, but it's also a really great time to get your stuff on sale. You guys are all talking about where you live. That's really funny. I love the community. You guys are awesome. And I'm in Northern Michigan. I'm just here. I'm here out in the middle of the woods. And you guys are, that's nice. All right. So I don't want to go too much longer because I did want to keep this fairly short and let my husband go back to being loud and banging around the pots and pans. But again, this is the Hydroponic Journal, and even the cover, I'll let you know that, even the cover, I designed it all. I designed the cover, I designed the inside, I did all of this. So your support in purchasing these is very much appreciated. I love the community here. And Amazon takes a major cut of these. So it's not like when you guys order them, I'm going to be rich tomorrow. They do take a lot. And they are print on demand, which means they're not just stacked up like these are at some Amazon facility somewhere. They actually, once you order them, thank you. Congratulations to you guys. My gosh, if you're going to order the books, it's written for you. So I could have just kept doing a spiral notepad, but so if you like them, I'm excited about that. But yes, they're print on demand. And so when you order one, then they put it into print or they run your copy. So, I don't know if you can just like do overnight Amazon Prime. I don't know how that works with like the time that it took to print them. So I've actually known about this for, oh my gosh, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks because there's this whole approval process. And so I had to upload it and I had to wait for Amazon to go through it and then approve it. And then I had to do a couple other finalization things, and I had to wait for several days for it to go live, for them to give me a link, for then it to be sold. And after all of that happened, I wanted to order them and get physical copies because how fun would it not be to say, hey, I've got something on Amazon and I don't actually physically have it in my hand. So as soon as this is done, I will make sure I get the video description with the links to this. If you follow me on Facebook, links will be there. And please give me your honest thoughts and opinions once you guys have them. If there is something that you want added to it, if you're finding that you're using it for a while and you're like, I really wish there was a little spot for this. I mean, there are note sections, so you can kind of create it how you want it. But if there's something else that you're like, I really wish I could have tracked this, or there's something a little bit different on how I was putting in my seeds and the timeline and how the structure of the grid is, this does say right on the cover, it says first edition. So I am not opposed to doing other editions of it later on, and maybe every year, every other year, depending on how long we go, change out the cover, and then you guys can collect different ones. So that is it. Thank you so much for being here. Those who had heard their name, Eileen Martin, Rob Snyder, Janet Brooks, and Dan Bratcher. If you're watching this, please reach out to me. I will also try and get a hold of you to make sure we can get those in your hands. Look for other giveaways to come because, like I said, I've got more. And I don't need that many. I don't need to journal that much. So I will be getting more of these into all of your hands. So I just want to make sure I'm good on all of the comments. Oh, yes. Patience saved me. See, everybody be patient. Be patient with each other. That's a good lesson for the day. Be patient with each other. Take a moment to go outside and smell the roses or smell your cabbage heads or your broccoli or whatever you're growing. So thank you very much for growing with Angie. Thanks for being a part of this community. I could not have done this without all of you. I love you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you guys later.